Morning, everybody. It's actually it isn't morning. It's 12:30 lunchtime. Um, I kept on the go this morning, just keeping myself busy, and trying to sort out some exercises maybe to strengthen my legs a little because I don't want them to become like what do they say atrophied when they're you're not in use because I'm not as active as I was. I'm fairly active. I mean, I hoover, I mop, I clean the windows, I polish, but I'm not as active walking as I once was. I used to walk like for probably an hour in the morning when I had the dog particularly, and another hour in the afternoon, and now that's all gone because I can't walk. So more than a few steps. So I'm doing sorting out some exercises to strengthen my legs and I'll be like the bionic woman later in the year or next year, maybe. Um, I've been holding on to this thing in my mind and wondering whether I should say anything about it. Um, my mum, who had a lot of these great old sayings like kippers and curtains and, stuff like that. But she always used to say that if in doubt, don't. Whatever it is, if in doubt, don't. So I've got some doubt about saying what I'm going to say, simply because I don't want it to seem as though I'm guessing at a certain family all the time. But this has been on my mind, so I'm going to say it. The Mills family. Last week, I think it was, and it's been preying on my mind the last few days, particularly. Um, I think it was one day last week at the dinner, um, the live dinner. When the kids, all the Mills kids, sit round the table and they get their pieces of paper and they draw, which is a nice little tradition that they've got, but they draw. And the older ones do too, like the one kid who's nearly 18, he does it. And Andrew and Tom always used to say that he's got a dark sense of humour, and Tom says it now. His dark sense of humour, to me, and as a mother, of my kids are now in their early 50s, so I have got a bit of experience, and my grandchildren, and working with kids. Um, in my experience, some behaviours constitute bullying, and it's the sort of bullying, psychological bullying, that the victim will take forward into their adult life and have this hang up about themselves. There's two children in that family who seem to be picked on more than the others, and I think some of you might know who I'm going to mention. The little boy of 9 years old, Solly, and Asher, the 18-year-old, drew a picture of him, and Tom said, "Oh, he's got the head shape, the hair, everything." But he'd done him with really hollow black eyes. He came up to show his dad, who showed it to the camera, almost 18-year-old. Took it back to his seat, his dad was laughing, took it back, adjusted it a little bit, came back to his dad, got all blood coming out of the eyes, blood streaming out of this little 9-year-old boy's eyes, Solly. And Asher said, "That's just how I emotionally see him." Well, if that's true, you need to be speaking to somebody, because I think you're a disturbed young man. Drawing pictures of your 9-year-old brother who is nervous anyway, who doesn't like to be in the bedroom on his own, who cries to get into your bed at night, and you make him, if you do allow him to, he has to allow you to call him, what is it, Manny. You're a bully, Asher, a bully, and it's not funny. And the fact is, Tom, you're a bully, a father who's bullying his own children. Asher brought that picture to you, and you laughed twice. When Asher went back the second time with the picture with the blood coming out the eyes, he actually held it up to his little brother, held it up to him like this. And Solly kept his head down doing what he was doing, thankfully. He didn't look. And then a little later on in that same dinner, your little girl, the one you keep saying is super cute and precious, and she is a lovely little girl. She was 3 in May, I believe, almost 3.5. She drew a picture, and the picture that she drew and gave to her daddy and said, "That's Claudia when she's dead. That's Claudia. That's Claudia's eyeballs when she's dead." A 3-year-old saying that about a 6-year-old sister. You need to get a grip on your children, and you need to get a grip on yourself. There are certain things that aren't funny. There are certain things that, as a parent, you are responsible for nipping in the bud. But there are things that, as a parent, you need to find help for your kids. Should they need therapy? Should they need to talk things out? And I'm talking about your older children particularly. They seem to have anger issues, and that might be since their mums died and they haven't come to terms with it. It could be that. But whatever the reason, to take out their own feelings, their own anger, to take that out on their younger siblings is not acceptable. And it's certainly not acceptable for you as the adult, as the parent, to be laughing and to be encouraging that sort of behaviour. It isn't funny. It's disgusting, quite frankly. So that I hope that you do stop this sort of thing going on, because it needs to be stopped, and pay a little bit more attention to your younger kids, and if appropriate, get your older kids the help they need. That's all I've got to say about that. So I'll be back later, everybody. I've got the whole day here today doing nothing, so I'll be back later. Bye bye.